Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is Friday, so we are going to talk about some fabric. Let's go. So today we're not going to be talking about any kind of like historical fabric. This is just a fabric that I was like, yes! And yeah, I'm definitely going to be making something out of this, and probably pretty soon. So without further ado, let's just get straight into the looking at the fabric. Okay. So this is the fabric in question. Of course it's a palm print. Of course it's got green in it. I'm addicted to fabrics. I'm addicted to patterns. I love tropical prints. It's summertime. Sue me. I don't care. I'm gonna keep buying them. So this really pretty print, this is like a tropical print, but it's a little bit muted down. You've got like the green, which you'll find I use that in most of like my imagery for the crafterpreneur. We've got like a cool little peach color in here. We've got a taupe, we've got a little bit of brown, and we've got black. All colors I wear often, especially the brown. That's like the color of my skin. So yeah, these are colors that I think are complementary, and it's kind of classy looking, you know. You can make this a really nice cute little jumpsuit, but for what I have in mind, something a little bit more flowy. So let's talk about this fabric. Let me throw it over my shoulder so you can just see it all the time. You can already see how good it's gonna look on. Ooh, feels good too. Sitting here feeling myself on the internet. Okay, moving on. So this fabric is, as you can see, a palm print fabric. You already know, if you've seen all my fabric hauls from the past, almost every single fabric haul has some sort of palm print in it. Can't get enough of them, and I will continue to probably wear them forever until they stop making palm prints. And if that ever happens, I will start making palm prints, because this world should always have palm prints in it. So this fabric is a viscose. So viscose fabric is like a semi-synthetic material, and it gives it a really nice like drapey appearance. Now you can have different types of viscose, but generally you get this like, it's quite thin. They make for really good like summer dresses and things that can like float around and like, but also have a little bit of weight to them. So if you're looking for like maybe like a maxi dress or something that doesn't have much stretch, can be printed on, you can print anything on it, and it's quite cool, then viscose is probably what you're looking for. This sews really well, and it's just like an all-round versatile fabric. If you're into prints, then you'll most likely come across a whole bunch of viscose. The only thing is, I find that in London, I don't really find a ton of viscose. I have to really search for like good prints. You get a bunch of prints that are like not that great, but then every now and then you come across a good one, and when you do, you just snap that stuff up. So viscose is actually very close to cotton in terms of the feel of the fabric, whereas cotton can have like different kinds of feels. You can get like that silky type cotton, you can get like cotton linen. Viscose is more a silky type. It's not scratchy, it's very easy on the skin, it drapes really well, it's got a little bit of weight to it, so if you want something to kind of like stay down, it will, but it will also like move around. But the fabric is quite thin. You don't really get like a thick viscose, so these are things that should be lined if you're looking for a dress with structure. This is not going to give you a ton of structure, so if you're looking for that, I would either suggest looking for another fabric or putting a lining in this. But you know, I like these for summer fabrics. They're just lightweight, easy peasy, sew it, wear it, done, throw it in the wash, and they'll last for a really long time. So now I've told you a little bit about the fabric, let's talk about what I plan to do with this. Now, I've always been showing you how to make things using existing clothes, but I don't always talk about commercial patterns. I actually have been collecting commercial patterns since I started sewing, like, oh God, how long have I been sewing? I think I've been sewing for like 9 years now. Hold on. Well, yeah. So I've been sewing about 10 years. So I've been sewing for about 10 years, and even now, after 10 years, not an expert, I'm still learning stuff every day, and I still hate putting zippers in anything. So I will try not to if I don't have to, but a lot of the time I do need to, and that just annoys the hell out of me, but okay. Not what we're talking about today. But I don't always talk about commercial patterns. They can sometimes be confusing. I don't particularly find them confusing, but sometimes the instructions in them, you're like, what does that mean? And you might have to do a Google search to figure it out. And also the thing that I don't like about commercial patterns are the sizing. It doesn't make much sense to me. So yeah, a lot of times I'll go by what the measurements of my bodies are, and then I'll look and I'll be like, well, my measurement runs across 4 different sizes, so how am I gonna do this? And then I franken pattern it and put all the different parts together, and not quite the fit fit that I like. So I do prefer to use existing clothes that I know already fit me how I want them to fit me and just going off those measurements. But occasionally there is like a type of outfit that I might want to make that I don't think I can like figure out how to make on my own, or I don't want to go out and buy a dress to then bring it home, copy it, and then take it back. Sometimes I do that. Sometimes I will see a dress and I think yes, but no to that fabric, and I will go try it on in the store and I'll find the one that fits, I will buy it, I will take it home, and I will, like, if I intend on keeping the dress, then sometimes I will just take it apart, like stitch by stitch, and then copy each pattern piece and then put it back together, and then I've got 2 dresses. Or I will just trace around it using the method that I usually show you guys in my tutorial. As I was saying, occasionally there are situations where I'm just like, I don't want to buy the dress, I haven't got the time, and actually I probably want to make all the different styles on the pattern, because often you'll find a pattern, but it won't just be that one thing, it'll be like a top or a dress, and there are different variations. In this version of the dress, it's got an off the shoulder version, it's got a cold shoulder version, it's got a sleeveless version, it's got a bit to do with like long bits, long short bits, all different things. And in this case, I was just like, you know what, I actually quite like this pattern, I don't think there's anything that I will change about it, so I'm quite happy to follow this pattern. So the pattern I'm talking about is this McCall's pattern. You probably can't see, but I will punch in as a close-up. This is the McCall's M7745, and basically what it is just like, you know, those standard wrap dresses that you're seeing with like the frills that go off to the side, something very summery. I saw this fabric first, and then I had a look in the pattern section and saw this, and I thought, yes, they would make a perfect pair, especially the one that's actually the woman is wearing is the one that I've got my eye on. A wrap dress with the cold shoulder frill and like the frill going across the front. That is the one that I'm really interested in, and all the other ones I'm also interested in too, and I'm sure at some point I will probably knock each one of these out in the various fabrics. But I think for this pattern, the VISCOSE would work perfectly. It's flowy, it's drapey, but it's also quite structured, which means I can make ties out of it. They're not going to lose their shape, they're not going to stretch out, things like that. So yeah, that is what I plan on making from this, and I'm going to use this pattern to do it. I don't know about any of you in the UK, but I have trouble finding McCall's pattern. I find that you can always find Burda, you can always find Quixo, you can find Simplicity, you can find Vogue, but what I don't often find in fabric stores around London, or just like in any of the fabric stores that I've been to in the UK, is McCall's. Now McCall's is just as big as the other ones, but for some reason, like, there'll only be a very limited selection, but I find that all the patterns I've ever made and loved, apart from Simplicity, which I also like too, and Vogue, blah, blah, blah. I like them all. But McCall's usually have the ones that are most like on trend. So if I'm looking like, how do I make this off the shoulder blah 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 top, it's very likely that McCall's make it before Simplicity do, or before Vogue do. Well, honestly, I think they're all part of the same company, like same giant company, but I find that McCall's comes out with like the trendiest stuff first, then probably Vogue, and then Simplicity. Simplicity tends to do a lot of collaborations with other sewing bloggers and sewing vloggers, like Mimi G's patterns. Absolutely love them. I've got literally all of them, although I've only made like 5 out of like the 10 patterns from Mimi G that I've got, but I do collect them. And recently, since I've been on like a swimwear, gymwear, underwear kick, I bought Madeline. She makes like lingerie, and they are so beautiful, and I've been reading her blog for like a really long time. So when she started bringing out patterns, I was like, yes, I need to get on this like underwear making train, because finding a bra that fits you is not always easy. In fact, it's never been easy. It has never been easy. But again, off on a tangent, let's talk about something else. So I was really happy that I found this. At the time, McCall's was having a half price sale. So I actually picked up like 9 different patterns. I thought, let me just get them now, because it's the only store I've been to in the UK where everything in this book are in these drawers. So let me just get what I want right now while it's half price, while I have them here all in front of me. Because if you don't always get an opportunity like that, you should just like seize it. And that's probably what kind of racked up the old price when I went to Glasgow. But I don't regret it, because now I have these patterns. It means I can tweak them if I decide I want to add a thing or take away a thing. It also means that, you know, when I do have some spare time to actually like sew for myself, like sew for my wardrobe, I can just pull out a pattern and just like bash one out basically. Oh, the other thing is this also would make a really good like outfit for a wedding, and I do have a few weddings coming up at the end of the summer. So instead of me just like running around trying to find something to wear, I think over the summer with some other fabrics that I have picked up and not done anything with yet, I will attempt to make a few of those so that I have some like wedding gear. Of course, because I'm not doing a tutorial for these, as soon as I make them, I will put them on my Instagram and you guys can see what it is that I've made with this pattern and where you can find all of that stuff. Of course, I'll put everything in the links below, so if you do want to just like check back later to see what I've been making. I also have a lookbook in the works. I know some of you have been asking me, like they want to see what I've been making from all my fabric hauls. I have made a few things and a lot of it has not been a tutorial or on camera, so yes, I am in the works of kind of like collating all my looks together so that I can film a lookbook for you. So like stay tuned, all those things are coming, not straight away, but they're in the works. So that is the plan. I plan to make this with this, and I think it will turn out really, really nice. I've told you the inspirations behind this fabric with that pattern. Let me tell you where I got it from. So as I said last week, I said there was going to be a second part to my Glasgow fabric haul. So this is also another one that I picked up when I was in Glasgow, but this one I picked up from a store called MANDORS. Now this was the first fabric store I went to. It is amazing in there. They have like haberdashery, they have a craft section, they've got dress fabrics, they've got bridal fabrics, they also have upholstery and curtain fabrics as well. So it's kind of got, it's like a everything that you need. They also sell cushions in there, so if you're looking for like stuffings for bears, for cushions, it's all there. And it's like the women there are so friendly and the prices are actually really, really reasonable. Okay, so this VISCOSE I think was $6 or $7.99 a meter, which sometimes VISCOSE is a lot cheaper, and I think that the price of VISCOSE changes depending on the print that is on the fabric. So if you've got a print that's going to be really popular, like a palm print and a summery print that's around in summer, then yeah, it's going to be popular. This was also on one of their display mannequins, so people were seeing it and the bolt was almost finished when I got it. So for this, I got 4 meters of it because I was thinking of this fabric, of doing some sort of maxi dress business from it. That is why I got 4 meters. I thought that's more than enough for me to be able to do something that's long length. And if I do change my mind and decide I don't want a maxi dress, then this would be the perfect wide leg pants with like an elasticated waist and some sort of like crop top business going on there. This would be perfect. So, you know, I'm still kind of pretty set on, I'm still kind of pretty set on this pattern, but if I decide last minute, which often happens, I'll be cutting out the pattern and then last minute I'm like, nope, I don't want to make this, I want to make something else. So if that does happen, then this is most likely to be a 2-piece instead. MANDORS, I will leave all the details down below and you can have a look for yourself. I'm not sure if they actually sell online or not. I didn't ask and I really should have, but I did get their card and stuff, so I will check all that stuff. I'll put all the links down below and see if this fabric is available. If it is available online, then I will also link that down below. So this is the last Fabric Friday of this month that you're gonna get in the UK. I'm actually going on a long trip to Singapore, Vietnam and Hong Kong, so I'm going to be on the road for at least a couple of weeks. So next week's video is going to be coming to you from Singapore, and then the next couple of videos after that will be coming to you from either Singapore, Hong Kong or Vietnam. So we are going to definitely be doing some fabric hauls. I've got an empty suitcase which I'm planning to fill with all of my fabric finds. We'll be exploring Singapore first, then we'll be exploring a little bit of Vietnam, and then we will also be exploring Hong Kong. Vietnam I'm really, really excited about because I've not been there before, and it's gonna be my birthday while I'm out there. So it will be my birthday while I'm in Singapore, so I'll be celebrating there, but then the very next day we are going to be flying to Vietnam, which I'm super excited about because I've never been to Vietnam before. It's been on the bucket list for a really long time, but like Vietnam's really big, so we're only going to one spot for a couple of days, but it is a start. I know I'll be back there again, so I'm just really, really excited anyway. So I think I'll properly celebrate my birthday when we hit Vietnam. So I know also in Vietnam they're really big on like clothes making. There are a lot of tailors out there. They can turn around clothes very quickly. So not only will I be looking for fabric, I'll probably maybe get myself a birthday outfit made. What do you think? So, you know, stay tuned for all the new videos that are going to be coming up soon. And of course, as I said before, the next couple of Fabric Fridays are going to be from abroad. So I hope you guys are ready to see the fabrics that I find out there, because it's very likely those Fabric Fridays will be from things that I find while I'm out. So we've come to the end of another Fabric Friday. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys check back to see all the little DIYs that are hopefully soon coming along with all these Fabric Fridays. Don't forget to like this video and send me a comment. I love hearing from you guys. And if you haven't already, subscribe, although I shouldn't really have to tell you by now. And I will see you next Friday in Singapore with another fabric find.